Welcome back. In this week's Michigan Made, it is lightweight statement jewelry. It's an idea behind leather, hand-cut, and handmade earrings being created on the east side of the city.
Yes, meet the Detroit woman whose back injury healed a long-time ache to start creating.
To Detroit in 2010, and I've lived all over. I lived in Arizona, LA, San Francisco, Seattle. When I moved to Detroit, it was the most at home I felt in any place. And I don't have family here. I didn't have an established network here. So being so welcomed into the community and really having my roots start to establish in Detroit was important to me. I had settled down on the east side of Detroit and just fell in love with the city. So I'm proud to represent it. And now I've been in Detroit for longer than I've been in any other city.
Sarah Feldman first came to Detroit as an educator, but a severe back injury a few years later caused a change in plans. To keep her mind off of the pain, she began to hand cut and create leather earrings.
It gave me a sense of both control and hope. When you have a big injury and you kind of have to reevaluate how you do everything. For me, it was my back. I had herniated a few discs. I didn't feel like I had a lot of control in my life at that time, and so I felt empowered when I was making jewelry. It was something that I was proud of, that I could do without thinking of pain in that moment. And then to see how people reacted and responded to my jewelry really just gave me a sense of pride, really.
The response was overwhelming.
But last year, I left my job in education because I had built up Bespoke by Feldman enough, and I actually came into community and economic development as well.
Especially her signature 313 statement pieces, giving her the opportunity to change careers.
I would love to be able to open up a brick and mortar one day along the East Warren corridor. That's where I live, that's where I work. It's a really important place to me.
And leave her imprint on the local art scene in an area all her own.
I think I've really found my niche in what works for me, especially in Detroit. I go to a lot of different markets. I've been at Beacon Park Night Market, and I just got into Eastern Market on Sundays. And I don't see a lot of leather artists. And so that's one of the reasons that I love working with the material, is because jewelry is beautiful and artists create so much incredible work, and I want to be able to contribute and not take away from someone else's artistic mark, so I love being able to work with leather.
Well, if you want to see more of Sarah's work or catch up with any of our Michigan Made highlights, head on over to cbsdetroit.com. And also, if you know of a person or place showcasing some of the best that the Midden has to offer, send me a message at the address on your screen. You just might see it in an upcoming report.